Welcome, everyone. And now the Los Angeles starters. LeBron and Vanderbilt, your small and power forwards. Luka Doncic is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Philadelphia, we've got Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Maxey, and it's George in at the 2 spot. James outside. If you like slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Here's Oubre. The Lakers getting their last shot to go.
And Bron with the block. Look, the shooters are working hard, but he is all over.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And so here is Philadelphia following the score by Los Angeles. Maxey finds Embiid. Maxey with a screen on Vanderbilt. And there's Embiid. That one's good. And the assist by Maxey.
The footwork, the patience, watching Embiid go to work inside is just a treat.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. I asked Coach what it's like facing LeBron now versus earlier in his career, and he quickly responded, not much. He's still extremely difficult to game plan for. Even at this stage of his career, he remains a dominant force. So limiting his production will be crucial for them in this matchup, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Knocked away. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. George feels it out a bit. 4-3. And the three-pointer goes.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Doncic for 3. And Doncic with the jam.
The guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
And Richard, after going undrafted back in 2016, what a career for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Approaching a decade in this league. He's been a starter for most of that time, but he continues to be the definition of a 3-and-D glue guy.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
We gotta like the momentum on George's drive, cutting into the defense and clearing himself a path.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Doncic. Uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 6 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Maxey finds Embiid.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Drummond, the screen on Vanderbilt. Embiid. The kick out to Maxey. Just 4 to shoot. The floater. Here's Drummond. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Lakers ball.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. 6-point lead. Paul George pulls down the board.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
So locked in from range. Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
The Lakers have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
Doncic against Maxey. Embiid a screen on Doncic. Maxey attacking. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Turning on the Jets, Maxey found a lane and made them pay.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. From behind the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia. George outside. Down low. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Showing off some mobility there. When Drummond rolls like this, he's hard to stop in pick and rolls.
Inside. Out to James. There's 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
To the middle. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Pass to Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
And that's the thing about a superstar like Embiid. He does have a score-first mentality, but he trusts his teammates. He knows when to make the right pass.
Here's Hayes, and he dunks it down.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Lakers ahead. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Lakers.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
You also have to commend them for their fearless attitude offensively. They've been productive when driving to the basket.
And so in the game for the Lakers, LeBron and Vanderbilt, your small and power forwards. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. And this summer saw the passing of Laker legend, 3-time Basketball Hall of Famer, the logo, Jerry West, an all-star every year of his outstanding playing career before going on to have such a successful career as a coach and as an executive. Guys, this league will bear his imprint forever. Jerry West will be missed.
An all-time great. Okay, Shams, thank you. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Ryan, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Here's George. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And just not letting the tough defense stifle him. I mean, George gets the shot he wants. Hustle pays dividends, I'll tell you. And when it's getting you to the line like that, whew, man, what a night.
Doncic against George to the inside. With the floater. Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. George, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Finney-Smith passes to Hayes. Hayes with a screen. To the paint. Rebound by Philadelphia. George with it. Give him 8 points now.
I like when Paul looks to score inside because he's more than capable of dunking it through.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Hook loose. It's stolen by Maxey. Here's Drummond. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Dorian Finney-Smith.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others.
Pass to Drummond. Maxey against Doncic. Left side Maxey. Up and over Doncic. Philadelphia with another miss.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
To the wing on the left. Back to James. Finney-Smith with it. Oubre picks him up. Here's James. Kicks it to Doncic. James, a screen on Maxey. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
George against James from outside the arc. The Sixers with another miss. Los Angeles leading by 3. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
It's George on the wing. Checked by James. From outside, off the mark.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
George against James. Embiid, a screen on James. George passes to Drummond. Back to George. They still need this. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. George has got 12.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Outside Vanderbilt. James passes to Hayes. James with the focus.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Maxey. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Paul George has been sensational.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
We've got Kyle Lowry, also Lonnie Walker out there, and it's Yabusele in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Hachimura, right side. Just 5 on the clock. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Wide open look. And the shot falls short that time. And stolen by Reeves. Lynn passes to Reeves. Beyond the arc. Sinks it from distance. Reeves has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And clearly, he needs no time to warm up.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. On the wing, Hachimura. Back to Reeves. Pass to Hachimura. Out to Kleba. In the air. And he lays it up and in.
The assist.
And the Lakers lead by 6.
The adjustment, man, what a finish.
Over to the left wing. Here's Bona. It's tipped. Here's Yabusele. Outside Walker. The 3 is up. Drills it from deep.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys build contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Drive by Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's gonna take better rim protection than that if they're gonna climb out of this hole.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Lakers. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. It's a 5-point game. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Hachimura up top. No made baskets yet. Shot clock at 3. Here's Lynn. 3-pointer, no good. The 76ers have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. And here's Edwards outside. Lynn pulls it in. The Lakers lead by 5. 1:49 left in the third quarter of the game. 3-on-3. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
They set the pick. And he's going for the oop here. Throw it down on the lob.
A great read between those 2 guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These 2 teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Hachimura with a screen on Lowry. Here's Reeves. He's got 7. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The offensive rebound. Pass to Lowry. Here's Yabusele. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. And that one's good. Bona. And it's now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead. Lowry against Reeves. Here's Lynn. Outside Reeves. That one's good for 2. Reeves has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And the basket by Edwards.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
On the wing, Reeves. He's guarded by Lowry. And here's Reeves. Banked it in off the glass. Reeves has got 11 points here in the second half.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
The floater. Oh, no good! Austin Reeves has been on display for Los Angeles. 11 points in the quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Biggs love when the passing skills are noticed.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. LeBron and Vanderbilt, your small and power forwards. Luka Doncic is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Hayes in at the center position. Vanderbilt, the pass to Doncic. Back to Vanderbilt. Let's go with a three. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 5 rebounds in the game. Screen by Embiid. Some room here for George, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And what a comeback. Do they have enough left to maintain this energy and get the win?
They've played with a lot of heart to get back in this, and now they've got the other side on their heels with the game winding down.
Philadelphia shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Maxey against Doncic. Three-pointer Embiid. Yes, sir! Embiid from distance.
Look, and he knows he has the green light. Embiid's kind of attitude in these moments just makes him even more lethal.
Doncic passes to James.
76ers.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Team foul.
Philadelphia on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
Few guys distribute better than Doncic. He's got good instincts for when and where to send the ball.
George outside. Drummond to screen on James. And he lobs it up to the rim.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Knocked loose. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Maxey attacking, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
James outside. Shoots over Embiid. Oh, a beautiful finish by LeBron.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
And there's James from the arc. It's rebounded by George.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
James with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. And Doncic hammers it home.
Creating some easy offense off the steal. LeBron James always lurking with those quick hands.
Out to Oubre. Takes it inside. And down it goes. 2 points. And the 76ers lead by 6.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one. Look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
And Andre Drummond is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. To the middle. George against Doncic. James up top. Oh, George with a steal.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Philadelphia leading by 5. George outside. Inside, here's Oubre. The kick out to Maxey. Pass to Embiid. George outside, takes a 3. 55 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Drains the triple.
Such a pure score. If George finds his shot, it's almost as good as in.
Doncic passes to James. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Well, Grant, this game looks just about over.
BA, all they really need to do is just work that clock, don't turn it over, and this game is a wrap.
George outside. 6 on the shot clock. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now Los Angeles with it. Trailing by 8. Count that one.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Here's Maxey. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
His first personal foul. Second team.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
For your Sixers, Tyrese Maxey.
And the second free throw is good.
Would have been nice to drain them all, but he did enough to put this one in the bag.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. This one was Allie. Thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill.
to 2K Sports for the latest present. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the small forward.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Maxey against Holiday. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Out to Porzingis from the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
But he's got the green light. Porzingis understands. Be ready on the catch.
Embiid inside. Tatum on him. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But, you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Here's Embiid. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Outside Holiday. Six on the shot clock. And Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Boston ball.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Driving to the basket. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
Here's Embiid. Back to Maxey. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. And Drummond kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Drops in the tray.
Paul George's shooting form is just so pretty. This guy's ability to make shots so easy.
Screen by Porzingis. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Drummond. The kick out to Holiday. Screen by Porzingis. Holiday goes in. And he converts the layup. Holiday's got 8 points.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
EA thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And don't sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
Pass to Brown. And the call on the, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Shooting for Boston, Jaylen Brown. At the line for two. The play is under video review.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to Holiday. Paul George with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And here they come. Here's Tatum. It's blocked.
That's unparalleled defensive focus from Kelly Oubre. He's all over his man and just suffocates that shot.
Holiday with the three. The second chance effort, and Porzingis with the lay-in. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
George with no one around, and the three ball is good. George has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the 76ers. And Tatum launches it from deep. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
They've also done a great job finding openings and exploiting them. Take those lanes when they're given and turn them into points.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Drummond. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just fundamental basketball from Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And George gets it to go.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And that one drops for him. He's got 12.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Here's Oubre. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
You see the athleticism and the length. Oubre able to get his shot off inside. That's a high percentage look for that young man.
Holiday looking for an opening. Outside, Porzingis. Here's White. Maxey grabs the miss.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Basket good. Now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
And Maxey's guys encourage him to attack whenever he can because his first step is so explosive.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's White. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Gentlemen, that is about excellent concentration from Derek White. You play through the foul, now you get the old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels impressive. probable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Drummond.
You've allowed Paul George to lock in and get his rhythm. Now you better start to stop him.
Outside Holiday. Out to Porzingis. Celtics passing it around. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Holiday against Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Outside for George. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Holiday against George. Outside Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 16.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's George for 3. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
And the dunk by Tatum.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
George way outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia. George against Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on George. Out to Porzingis. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Philadelphia. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. We'll return shortly. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Edwards is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Walker in at the 2 guard. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Lowry dishes to Drummond. Lowry feeling it out a bit. It's been been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux.
It's Edwards on the wing. They get it again. Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
With that size and with that strength, it is such a problem trying to keep Andre Drummond off the offensive glass.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pritchard gets the bucket.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Walker. From deep. Connects from three-point range. Walker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Over to the left wing. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, that basket to me is all about energy. Al Horford bringing it every night.
Outside Lowry. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Al Horford.
Celtics substitution. Number 40.
Outside Lowry. They set the pick, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal swing.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Craig. Here's Cornett for the lead. Carries it from three-point range. Cornett's got himself on the board with 3 there. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to being.
Walker the pass to Yabusele to stop the run. Just 5 on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Here's Pritchard while recovering. He takes it in. It's deflected. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside Lowry. Fires the 3. They get it back. Nice shot by Yabusele. Yabusele's got his first 2 points.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Here's Pritchard, now recovering. Hauser the pass to Cornett. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Hauser. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Right side to Walker. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Cornett. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Boston shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Here's Craig. Hasn't made one yet. Boston needs to get off a shot. And the basket by Hauser. Lowry for 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
First team foul.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at center. Maxey with it. He's picked up by White. To the paint. Here's Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Holiday gets the bucket.
This guy just isn't missing today. I mean, what a day he's had from the field.
And his shooting is the only reason this game is as close as it is. He's been Mr. Reliable offensively.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Celtics. George looking around. Clock at 6. Good on the bucket. George has got 26.
Boy, how pure a shooter is Paul George. That form is simply on point.
Holiday goes in, and Holiday throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And they double up Embiid.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Holiday, and there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
White against Maxey. It's Brown on the wing. In the corner, Tatum with it. No good from outside. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Back to Holiday. Tatum set the pick for Holiday. Just 4 to shoot. The kick out to Tatum. This one for 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Back to George. Pass to Embiid. Embiid throws it down.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
Porzingis with a screen on George. And Holiday kicks to White. Looks for Holiday. Gets it to him.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And it's slammed in by Holiday. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
George against Brown. Now George. Outside, Maxey. Embiid, the pass to Maxey. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Holiday with it. They'll bring it up for Boston. They lead by 1. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And the layup is good.
Able to absorb contact. Holiday is not someone that is prone to lose focus on these tough takes.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Porzingis with a screen on George. Here's Holiday. On the wing, Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on George. Holiday. And he could not get that one to go. The coach's challenge has been issued.
13 fouls.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels it's put the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double-checking, and the game continues on.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Takes the three. Embiid finds George. 35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Maxey. Embiid. And Embiid detonates for the putback slam.
And there is no back down in Joel Embiid. He is ready to rise to the occasion in the big moment.
Holiday against George. Holiday goes in. It's in!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Embiid sets the pick for George. Shot from the wing. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And what a run he's having. Everything seems to be dropping.
And an intentional foul right there.
Team foul. Shooting for Boston.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim, a tip-in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts. Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Vanderbilt, your small and power forwards. Luka Doncic is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the 5. Doncic. Well, with all the battles past, Grant, definitely some history between these two teams.
Oh, B.A., this is high level. You talk East versus West, that's usually championship or bust type aspirations.
Ahead, here's Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
James against Tatum. Vanderbilt, a screen on Tatum. James passes to Vanderbilt. Tatum with a steal. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. White for 3. Doncic grabs the miss. Here we go, all alone. We played just over a minute here in the first. Pass to James. Holiday grabs the miss.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Now here's Doncic. Driving in. And it's good. 2 points.
As always, Doncic attracts a lot of attention, makes a lot of tough shots with hands in his face.
Holiday with the ball. They kick it out to Porzingis. Down low. Here's Tatum. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Give it up one more time for your Lakers breaker.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. I asked him, what makes Kristaps Porzingis such a great player? He said, look at him. He's over 7 feet. He's just a huge guy. Kristaps has serious skill on offense, and defensively, that size can really be a factor. He's a two-way problem. It'll be interesting to see how they play him tonight.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Holiday. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
Hayes misses. Boston leading by 3. Pass to Brown. Porzingis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Jared Vanderbilt picks one up.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
A nice shot by Doncic.
So creative on the attack. I like whenever Doncic knifes inside and looks to score.
The kick to Tatum. Pass to White. Outside Porzingis. Sends it home from three-point land. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Doncic passes to James. And slam dunk by James.
Look out below.
You got no chance defending him right there. On the wing, Holiday, guarded by Doncic. Here's Holiday. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Tatum can't hit. Lakers trail by 4. Fires from deep. And LeBron James gets the 3. James has gotten his second bucket.
They got the ball to the right guy. James ready to shoot at all times.
Holiday looking for an opening. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter here. Tatum, a screen on Doncic. Here's Holiday. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Shots good by James.
And that's where LeBron loves to operate. Close to the bucket in the high percentage area.
Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. On the wing, Holiday. Here's White. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And still a close game as the first... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. With the drive, and Holiday powers it home.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Sometimes it's impossible trying to contain LeBron. Have to settle for fouling him and hope that he misses.
He's off on the second, and the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things, and when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
On the wing, Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. A strong finish by Doncic.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Doncic against Holiday. Left side, White. Stolen by Vanderbilt. Here's Doncic. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Now here's Porzingis. 5 points in the game. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Outside White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They kick it out to Porzingis. Nice jump shot. Porzingis has got 7 points.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Doncic passes to James. Back to Doncic. 1:52 left in the first half. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Oh my, tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. So it's Los Angeles now, following the bucket by Boston. James with the ball, guarded now by Holiday. Oh, LeBron sending it home.
Yeah, you can tell LeBron understands the game. He knows a pick is all he needs to beat the D.
Holiday against Doncic. They kick it out to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. Pass to Brown. Jacks up a three, and the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. He's got 5.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Hayes with a screen on Holiday. Doncic finds Hayes. Back to Doncic. There's the 3. Hauled in by Brown. Boston has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Tatum looking it over. 3 seconds left. It's Tatum working inside. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front, leading by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You gotta like what we're seeing from LeBron James.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. The Celtics with the lead. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
They've got Alex Len. Rui Hachimura is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Goodwin in at the shooting guard position. That's the Laker 5. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
Here's Pritchard. Craig with a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. Here's Cornette. No good on the 3. Well, we got a close game here in Los Angeles. Lynn inside, working on Cornette.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Here's Pritchard driving inside. Clock at 6. And there's a 3-second violation.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. The Lakers lead by 3. Outside Reeves, out to Hachimura. And And the shot's good. Hachimura's got his first points of the game.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Cornette sets a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Cornette. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Now here's Reeves. The D's right on him. Pass to Hachimura. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Hachimura's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Reeves. And they'll hang that foul on Maxi Kleber. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Cornette. The three ball. Knocks down the triple. Cornette's got 5 points now in the quarter. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
Well, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
Pritchard, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Goodwin passes to Hachimura. Boston pulls it in. Here's Hauser. Here's Craig. Second shot opportunity. Here's Shireman. No points so far. 4 on the clock. And that one is stuffed right through.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Shot is good by Kleber. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Cornette. Back to Pritchard. Craig with a screen on Reeves. Pritchard, the pass to Craig. Fires the three. And Reeves pulls it down.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his first.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hayes is checked in for Len. Vanderbilt comes in for Kleber. LeBron, he's checked in for Hachimura. And Finney Smith subbed in for Goodwin. Now here's Holiday. 7 points in the game. And Holiday powers it home.
Well, if you give Holiday a crease, that'll happen. I mean, he just blew the doors off the defense.
And here's Reeves. Hayes inside. Outside Reeves. It'll count. Oh, it goes! He beat the buzzer!
The NBA never sees.
And so it's Los Angeles, closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. James, a screen on Holiday, and it's Doncic on the drive, and stolen by Holiday. Now the Celtics on the move, and Brown with the stuff.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Here's Doncic. Vanderbilt inside, defended by Brown. Screen by James. Finney-Smith's shot is off.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Holiday against James. Porzingis with a screen on James. Nifty move. James with the rebound. The Lakers lead by 4. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Pass to James. Classic move by LeBron James.
Yeah, no doubt about it. LeBron is in attack mode tonight. He's looking to score every time he touches the ball.
Here's Holiday. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. To the inside. Porzingis putting the size to work.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Doncic passes to Vanderbilt. Back to Doncic. The 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside Tatum. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Oh, my. Huge play from Porzingis. A testament to the competitiveness that he plays with.
Doncic on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. James, a screen on Holiday. Doncic passes to Hayes. And stolen by Porzingis. Holiday with the ball. Now Vanderbilt defending. Outside White. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Porzingis sets a screen to take the lead. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Doncic. That one no good. The Celtics have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Holiday against Doncic. Tatum, a screen on Doncic. To tie it up, here's Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Brown, a screen on Doncic. Here's Brown. Takes the 3, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. To end the drought, and Doncic, here we go, and he buries it.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Tatum finds Brown. Oh, Brown gonna go get it. They kick it out to Porzingis. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
17 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Doncic. That one falls. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Back to Holiday. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. This one was in the balance. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Stan.
2K Sports. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center. Greg, we're sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veteran talent on both sides.
Yeah, tremendously high IQs from both teams, so expect a clean game. And some of these players have been through it all in this league.
And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. Here's Drummond. Up top, Embiid. Drummond a screen. Embiid kicks to Drummond. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Oh, that was slick right there. Great timing to come up with that.
Here's Doncic. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thank you, David. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. The 76ers shooting their first free throw this game.
You know, one of the things you really appreciate about Maxey is how freely he plays. He just throws himself in there, fearless about looking for ways to get involved in the play and then make an impact.
Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too. That's the competitive fire that burns with LeBron James. He's happy to come right back with one of his own.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Fast break, the Lakers from downtown. They get it back. There's the triple. The shot comes out. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. George looking over the floor. Kicks it out to Maxey. Here's Embiid. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. It's rebounded by Hayes. And so Doncic will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. And Hayes throws it down.
And watch out you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last and enjoy it for as long as you can.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
A nice shot by Doncic.
Nice work from Doncic, doing a good job finding a way to get it done inside.
One thing about the Lakers, Clark, over the last couple seasons, they get themselves to the free throw line.
Yeah, and a lot of that is due to the fact they've got some real creators in their lineup, guys who can attack off the dribble at multiple positions from multiple angles, and that creates pressure for the defense.
We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
Now here's Embiid. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. Oubre, no one around him. Here's Embiid. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
The size and strength of Embiid, he is absolutely mammoth. Really hard to deal with. You may need a couple of guys to box him out.
Here's James, and stolen by Drummond. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. George with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 6 points.
And this is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
And they get it. And Doncic finishes inside.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Oubre on the wing. Finney Smith defending.
This is goes to
6 seconds left to play here in the first. And here's LeBron outside. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Luka Doncic's out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Philadelphia leading by 6. And George now top of the key. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize fouls. Do you like the technical foul assessment or just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big, as strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw fouls.
Here's Doncic. And Embiid with the block.
Don't test Embiid now. An impact defensive player is what he is.
To the middle. And Hayes throws it down. So it's Philadelphia now. 6-point lead. Oubre passes to Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Boy, the defense was looking for something different there. Maxey kept it himself off the pick that time.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Hayes. Tries a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Hayes has got 7 points in the game. Philadelphia leading by 5. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Maxey with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Embiid with the screen on James. Maxey passes to Embiid. It's deflected, and so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Maxey, no good. Lakers trail by 5. And a deep 3 from Doncic. Oh, Doncic getting it done in transition.
Boy, what a high-arcing shot from Doncic. Seemed like that one was never going to get to the rim after it left his hands.
James against George. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Another miss by Philadelphia. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Finney Smith can't get it to go.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
He's got his 4th free throw of the game.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And that one's good, George.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
Lakers trail by 6. 1:52 left now here in the second. Doncic dishes to LeBron. Jacks up a 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's George for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin? Wow.
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. Out to the right wing. Doncic against George. LeBron a screen on George. And a deep 3 from Doncic. It's hauled in by the 76ers. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first half. Embiid wide open. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. At the elbow, it's James. And stolen by Maxey.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
Doncic outside. Shoots over Embiid. Count it. And the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Luka Doncic. And stolen by LeBron. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. He got into double digit. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Abusele out there with Edwards. Then it's Lonnie Walker. Then there's Lowry. And it's Bona in at the 5. On the wing, Walker. He's defended by Reed.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Off target from 3-point range. The 76ers leading by 12, and Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Here's Kleba, and it's blocked. Left side, Edwards. There's Walker with the three. Hands it from downtown. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
A good display of Lowry's court vision there. Nice feed to the open man.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Len's shot is off. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Philadelphia. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Lakers trail by 15. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Hachimura. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Launches the three. Good on the triple. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Well, there's a pit bull kind of quality to Kyle Lowry's game. He's relentless at both ends.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. Here's Reeves. No scoring in this one. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And again, the Lakers, no good.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And there's the foul. It's on Justin Edwards. That's his first foul. Lakers trail by 21. Reeves outside. Hachimura, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Bona. Outside, Walker. Here's Yabusele. And it's off from three-point range.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Reeves the pass to Hachimura. Now here's Len. Tight defense on him. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lowry against Reeves. Lowry drives in. Pass to Bona. And he makes that one. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Reeves against Lowry. Reeves the pass to Hachimura. It's stolen by Edwards. Got a piece of it. Lowry kicks to Walker. Fires from deep. Reeves the pass to Hachimura. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Reeves. Takes it inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And we've got a lineup change here for the Lakers.
Lakers breakers, let me hear you.
Philadelphia leading by 18. Here's Maxey. Pass to Drummond. And easy 2 points on the layup. 6 points for Andre Drummond.
That's where Drummond generates most of his offense. I mean, he's got a lot of moves in the low post.
And here's LeBron outside. Maxey grabs the miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
2 second difference between shot clock and game clock. A nice shot by LeBron.
All systems are on go when LeBron has the ball behind the arc.
Maxey passes to Oubre. And here's George for three. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 19 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out the quarter with a... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5 down low. That's the Laker 5. Finney-Smith passes to Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Oubre, right side. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
And it's Drummond missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre.
Los Angeles ball.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play.
Timed it beautifully, and George able to send it back with authority.
Doncic with the bucket.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
It's tipped. George against Doncic. Pass to Drummond. Embiid with it. It's tipped. And Embiid throws it down.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Lakers trail by 19. And here is Doncic. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. And another three for the Lakers.
Well, I like the setup there. LeBron with the nice pick.
Maxey looking it over. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
So it's the Lakers now. Here's Finney-Smith to the wing on the left. Oubre with the steal. Vanderbilt with the block. And they're able to recover. George finds Maxey. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disrupted in terms of what they've done defensively.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
2 minutes.
George passes to Maxey. .151 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Pass to George. Launches it from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Hayes has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Finney Smith. It's good from long range. Finney Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the 76ers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul George.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
Now Drummond from deep. George, another 3 for Philadelphia.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
In the corner, it's Oubre. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. LeBron against George. Inside, Vanderbilt with the steal. For the finish. And LeBron throws it down hard. And so here is Philadelphia. 22 is their biggest lead. Maxey kicks to Drummond. Oubre outside. Embiid against Vanderbilt. Embiid inside. That one, no good. In the corner, it's James. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and in the win, a comfortable. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge.
Sports for another edition of NBA. Both of these teams get the benefit of having a deep roster.
Yeah, it's a luxury these days, honestly. Resting stars, truly trusting your second unit, all keys to a successful and well-rested squad.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Maxey out there with George. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Now here's Holiday. And he drives in. Right side White. Three-pointer. Rebound by Philadelphia. George peels it out a bit. Fires for three. Tatum pulls it in.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Now here's Holiday. Kick out to Brown. Clock at 4. The three is up. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And Brown is a talented scorer who also excels at drawing fouls.
And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
George has the open look. Money from the wing.
Such a pure scorer. If George finds his shot, it's almost as good as in.
Holiday against George. And foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Maxey against White. 5 on the clock. They kick it out to Porzingis. Off the mark there with a three. The 76ers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Tatum against George. It's Embiid penetrating. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. From deep. Gets the three to fall.
That's just not fair. 7-footers like Embiid with that size, they aren't supposed to shoot like that.
Here's Holiday. Here's Porzingis. Outside, Brown. He takes it in. And Brown with the stuff.
Oh, take flight, JB. This man is explosive.
Drummond, the screen on Holiday. Maxey with it, picked up by Tatum. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Celtics. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Facing off with Paul George tonight, I asked them what makes PG such a special player. Coach said, quote, well, he has a huge effect on the game. Paul can shut down your best scorer on one end and then put up 30 or 40 on the other. Tough to beat that. Paul George, he will have a lot to say about this one, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
That's good from Embiid on the assist by George. Embiid's got 5.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Porzingis against Drummond. Brown passes to Holiday. Launches it. Pure from three-point range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Embiid. There's the drive. Boston pulls it in. Outside, Brown. Pass to Holiday. Some solid defense from Maxey.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Oubre passes to George. Outside Maxey. Screen by Embiid. Drummond. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Here's White. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
George outside. And it's off from three-point range. Boston leading by 3. Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. Give him 8.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Rejected by Brown. Out to Oubre. Lets the 3 fly. Three-pointer Embiid. Buries it from 3. Embiid's got 8 points.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
It's been all about Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter, they've got Andre Drummond. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the point guard position.
In the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
And stolen by Brown. White with it, guarded now by Maxey. They kick it out to Porzingis. Misses the 3. 76ers trail by 3. Drummond passes to George. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
George against Porzingis. Drummond inside. And the jam by Drummond.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. They kick it out to Porzingis. It's Brown on the wing. Tatum, a screen on Oubre. Shot clock at 6. Outside Tatum. To the middle. It's stolen by Drummond. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
Oh, Embiid with the flush.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Here's Porzingis. Operating inside. Porzingis.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Oubre, a screen on Brown. It's George on the wing, defended by Brown. George, and that's good. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Outside Porzingis. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Philadelphia leading by 4. And Maxey, here we go. George for 3, and the 76ers another 3.
Gets the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Here's Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Outside Porzingis. And a miss there on the triple. Now Philadelphia with it. They're on a 16-6 run. And Drummond with the jam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Brown inside. He's covered by Oubre. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. Here's the 3. Again, the miss by Boston. The Sixers leading. Lets it go from deep. George's shot is off. On the wing, Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Boston again missing.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
And Holiday, here we go. And Holiday powers it home.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Holiday shifts gears, he quickly leaves people behind.
Pass to Maxey. There's the drive, and he lobs it up. It's stolen by Holiday. And so it's Philadelphia. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Luke Cornett out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the 2 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Brett, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Here's Walker, drives to the hoop, and the jam by Walker.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
He launches a 3. He buries it from 3. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
From the arc. They grab their own miss. Goes back up, and he lays it in.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
Walker for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Pritchard gets it to go.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Outside Walker. Puts the move on. Pass to Bona. Edwards looking for an opening. And Edwards slams it in.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Walker for 3. The kick out to Edwards. They set a pick. Launches a 3. Outside Walker. And Lowry launches it from deep. Good. And it's Walker who picks up the assist.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Walker finds Lowry. And the layup is good. Lowry's got 5 points.
Playing way bigger than his 6-foot height. Lowry scores it inside. He just plays with so much heart.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Lowry. The 11-footer. Rebound by Philadelphia. Bona's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Boston foul. Shireman. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 1:17 left in the third. There's the triple. Walker's shot is off. Celtics trail by 17. Here's Hauser. He's scoreless. Here's Cornette. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass, and they're paying for it, giving up second chance points. That was a sensational pass, and then the catch and finish in the same motion? Ridiculous.
Alley-oops like that are so rare, you simply have to take a second to enjoy it. Cornette with the bucket.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Walker for 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Walker's got 11 points here in the second half.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Outside Walker. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. Bona. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers looking in total control with it. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. So on the floor for Philadelphia, George out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Porzingis with a screen on Oubre. Tatum can't hit. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. Pass to Embiid. Out to Oubre. Back to Embiid. It's stolen by Tatum. And there's the lob. George with a steal. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. From downtown. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the 76ers lead by 20.
And it all comes together because George is a team player. He works so hard to support the play on the floor and be where he's needed to be for his team.
We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Maxey passes to George. Boston pulls it in. Here's White. Pass to Brown. Outside Holiday. Outside Porzingis. No good on the triple.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Now Embiid. The 3. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now.
Walking foul called on Tyrese Maxey. First personal foul. First team foul.
Holiday against George. Holiday with the ball. Porzingis with a screen on George. They kick it out to Porzingis. Driving to the basket. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Boom! I mean, Porzingis laying down the hammer. Oh, mercy, mercy.
Out to the right wing. Embiid passes to Maxey. For 3. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches.
Personal foul.
That's good from Holiday.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
They kick it out to Porzingis. Pass to Brown. Porzingis sets a screen. 4 on the clock. Oh, and a dunk by Brown!
Come on, Jalen, that's just ridiculous.
Philadelphia leading by 13. George finds Drummond. Out to Oubre. And here's George. Drummond, a screen on Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
To stop the drought. They get the rebound. White with the steal. Tatum with it. And Drummond picks him up defensively. Tatum drives in. White for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Intelligent play by Tatum. Moving the ball to get an open shot.
Pass to Embiid. Takes the 3. Oh, Embiid hits from outside.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Holiday, and Holiday powers it home.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
But this is a game again, and the other side has to be feeling a little bit nervous with how quickly that lead vaporized.
George passes to Drummond. Back to George. Pass to Maxey. Back to George. Jacks up a three. Holiday grabs the miss. Celtics trail by 11. And here's Brown for three. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
A consistent shot for him. Brown likes the three.
George outside. Inside. Oubre. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Boston on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. Porzingis with a screen on George. To the paint. And a slam dunk by Porzingis. 36 seconds left in the game. Up top, Embiid. And he elevates for the jam. Jason Tatum on the receiving end.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Nice shot by George.
3 points.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
From Jason Tatum.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
So no problem for Philadelphia as they... All right, Alec, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill.
Into 2K Sports. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the center. And for the Celtics, the small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White, and it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. Should be some fireworks in this one, Greg. Two cross-conference rivals squaring up.
Kevin, can you smell the intensity in the air? You can tell these guys mean business. Both teams want to prove they're the better squad.
Doncic, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Plays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's James. After Drew Holiday's score, here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
It's one of the best things about playing with Luka Doncic. He creates a lot of open looks.
Holiday against Doncic. Holiday looking for an opening. 6 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and plays it in.
Nifty make there from Holiday. There's such a nice pace to his game. The floater fits him well.
Here's Doncic. And Boston with the rebound. You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin, and if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
Porzingis can't hit.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. Their plan defensively is to try to make LeBron into a jump shooter. The coach said many teams plan that, but it rarely works out. You have to fully commit to it. Of course, that means LeBron will be getting all of their attention. Guys.
Thanks, David. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Here's Finney-Smith, and that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul.
Personal foul, second team foul.
Hayes the pass to LeBron. Clock at 6. Pass to Vanderbilt. The kick out to LeBron.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
And making it this easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
White looking around. Screen by Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Porzingis high post. Outside Holiday. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's LeBron. Pass to Hayes. Holiday against Doncic. Shot clock at 5. James a screen on Holiday. Doncic passes to LeBron. Count that one. 6 points for LeBron.
The assist.
Just as a dangerous area for LeBron James. You get him into that mid-range area, you don't know what he's going to do.
Here's Here's Holiday. Drives to the hoop, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Outside, White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. Over Finney-Smith. It's rebounded by Hayes.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Doncic passes to Hayes. Another shot. The kick out to LeBron. And that one released in time, but no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers lead. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
And, guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Luka Doncic out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the center position.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
LeBron with a screen on Holiday. Impressive work inside from Doncic.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, Doncic always feels like they're going to foul.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Holiday. And that one is off. Nice D from Doncic. Lakers leading by 3. Good D by Holiday.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that position. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Doncic outside. What a shot by Doncic to beat the defense.
How about the touch on the floater? Luka Doncic, so versatile.
And Holiday, here we go. And it goes down 2 points. And that's now 10 points for Drew Holiday.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
No one near James as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Boston. They trail by 1. Here he goes. And White with the stuff.
Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
Doncic right side. James sets the screen for Doncic. James outside. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean,
Other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Outside Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. Tatum with the screen on Vanderbilt. 6 to shoot. Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
Jaylen Brown has tightened his handle, and that allows him to be effective as a pick-and-roll option.
Doncic against Holiday. And the slam by Doncic. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And Holiday, here we go. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
LeBron against Tatum. From past the arc. James connects from deep.
You see there's a hesitation to close out too hard on LeBron. They don't want to see him get downhill, but that three-point shot is on point.
Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. Doncic against Holiday. Out to Porzingis. The tray. Rebound the Lakers. 20 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Holiday. Out to the right wing. Vanderbilt gets a wide open look. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. Outside Holiday. Pass to White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. White's got 6 in the quarter.
He turns a difficult situation of duress into a simple basket with a precision pass out of the double team.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
28. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
They've got Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And the dunk by Len.
We've always talked about Alex Len's natural tools, and he can assault the rim on a consistent basis.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Len. And Cornette gets it to go. Cornette's got the game tied up here for Boston.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Reeves with the screen for Hachimura. 6 on the shot clock. Reeves the pass to Len. It's hauled in by Cornette. The Celtics shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight.
Lakers foul. Good game. First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Pritchard. He's defended by Reeves. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Hauser. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Now Reeves. 2 points. That one goes. Reeves has got his first points in this one.
they didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And he drives in. They get the rebound. Fournette. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. And he jams it with authority.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Pass to Cornette. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And there's the foul. It's on Torrey Craig. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Reeves outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Reeves has got the lead up to 5 now for the Lakers. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. With the drive.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Craig with it. Still without a basket. 5 on the clock. Austin needs to get off a shot. Len with the block.
You see the agility of Alex Len in good position for the spot.
Lakers leading by 5. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Hachimura finds Reeves. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Now here's Goodwin. He's guarded closely. Here's the step back. Reeves can't hit. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Craig sets a screen. Here's Hauser. Pass to Craig. Here's Pritchard. A 3-ball. A 3-pointers right on target.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Reeves. And here is Hachimura. Driving in. Softly drops in the floater. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Well, how about the balance of Hachimura on the drive despite the contact? Go ahead.
Here's Pritchard. He's defended by Reeves. They grab their own miss. And Cornette gets it to go.
And this is something this guy takes pride in. Capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Hachimura setting the pick for Reeves. Now here is Hachimura. He's covered closely. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Len, good.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Here's Pritchard. Count that one. Pritchard's got 5.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Lakers on top. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Lakers in the lead. Doncic finds James. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pass to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Outside Holiday. Into the lane. And here's Tatum for 3. White dishes to Brown. Banked in off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 1.
Well, you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
Doncic looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Out to Porzingis. White setting the pick for Porzingis. Back to White. The kick out to Brown. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And here is Doncic. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Vanderbilt, a screen on Tatum. Down low. A shot's good from Vanderbilt.
Brown is such a student of the game. This guy knows exactly how to get the defense reacting and hits the open man.
Here's Holiday. Out to Porzingis. Outside White. And White slams it in.
Don't sleep on the athleticism of Derek White. How fast did he get off his feet to punch that one home?
Doncic against Holiday. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Kicks it out to James. Launches a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Lakers lead by 2.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Outside Holiday. Outside White. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively. Was there ever a doubt they'd go to Luka Doncic? This guy is a big-time performer.
Doncic with the steal, and it's the Lakers on the break. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lane. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts.
Pass to Hayes. Back to Doncic. Here's LeBron. And James throws it down home.
Yeah, there's not a person in this building who didn't know the ball was going to LeBron, and still he delivers.
Holiday. No good that time. Nice D from Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Holiday attacking. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
Oh, fearless shot there by Holiday. With the whole team counting on him, he is able to come through.
There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Holiday against Doncic. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Over Holiday. Doncic, no good. Tatum down low.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Doncic, 4th personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Jason Tatum.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Drew Holiday. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Lakers.
It's the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 4. Guys, what do you think?
It's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They seem to relish their role. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Allen.
Cool.